Hi everybody, and welcome to Once Upon a Scarf. This channel is all about vintage scarves, their stories, their history, how to wear them, and how to buy them in a way that doesn't leave you feeling ripped off. Learn from my mistakes with Hermes. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 tips and a side-by-side demo of beautiful versus beastly. Doing this investigation left me flabbergasted by the final revelation, which is evidence of outright fraud. Exhibit A, our authentic scarf, is this beautiful Poste et Cavalerie by Hermès. I bought it from the Faubourg Saint-Honore store in Paris way back in the 90s. It's old, but it is 100% true. It will act as our benchmark. Exhibit B is arguably the worst, meaning the most racist and cruel print ever produced by Hermes. I take it down fully in this episode here. The print itself is authentic from less enlightened times, done in 1980. I bought it from an online retailer who provided a guarantee of authenticity. As we will see, that guarantee turned out to be absolutely worthless. What are the 5 points of comparison? You probably know the first, which is weight. Making 2 Hermes scarf sausages so as to fit my jeweler's scale, the good Hermes scarf comes in at... Meanwhile, the bad one weighs in at a measly... The second point of comparison is less well known. Hermes is famous for perfection in hand craftsmanship. They have a technique for everything, including the corners of these hand-rolled hems. In the post scarf, the corners come together perfectly at right angles. Meanwhile, chasse scarf corners aren't squared off. In fact, they're pointy, and the stitching around them is notably lumpier and bunchier. Tip 3 is where we zoom in tight, the printing quality. Here, my post scarf is a work of wonder. The registration, meaning how well the colors sit within the borders, is pinpoint accurate, astonishingly so. As we might expect, here the bad scarf struggles. If you're considering a vintage Hermes, look really closely at these fine details. Ask the seller to send extra photos if necessary to make sure the color doesn't go wandering past the lines. Like here, and here, and here. Our next tip requires detection that is even more subtle. Hermes scarves come in different colorways. As part of the art of making these designs, Hermes craftspeople choose colors such that, in juxtaposition with each other, the design still makes complete sense. Here's where the internet can be a huge help to you. If you're considering buying a scarf from a vendor online, I recommend you search for a high-resolution photo of that very same style, either in the same colorway or a different one. The point is, you want to find a benchmark of great printing, of careful colorway choices, of authenticity. This may take some digging because there's so many faux Hermes examples online. But when you do find a real one, something will click. It will look richer, crisper, and clearer. Like it's actually worth $300 some rather than $19.99. Now, open 2 tabs and do a very close comparison of the scarf you'd like to buy versus the one you're pretty sure is authentic. I downloaded some images of a real-looking chasse scarf to do a compare and contrast. And what we see is this half-colored cactus on mine versus this one. This ghost ship on mine versus one you can actually see. Oh, wait, what's this extra Hermes logo doing on my scarf here? It's not on the one that looks real. These palm trees. On my scarf, this whole area is a hot mess because the color choices just don't make sense. The final tip came to me completely unexpectedly as I was looking for a good baseline scarf to compare with my rubbish one. Lo and behold, I see with an image search that the very seller who sold me mine with an authenticity guarantee sold no less than 4 others in different colorways over recent times. What are the odds of this many honest-to-goodness vintage scarves of the same style coming to one shop? Think about it. And then strike that seller off your source list. On a happier note, let's review our 5 tips. Weight. Tight corners and near invisible stitching. Excellent color registration, no going outside the lines. Adjacent colors that enhance the design rather than confuse it. And finally, no production line of scarves in the same model in the seller's history. And that's today's scarf story. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit me up with any questions and subscribe if you'd like to see more.